over halfway through the MLS regular season, and one team stands out as the league's worst, the San Jose Earthquakes. San Jose sit bottom of the Western Conference, 16 points out of a playoff spot with just 4 wins all season. The Quakes are a mess. I knew I was recording this today and San Jose were playing Houston in the MLS last night, so I decided to watch it on TV. I wish I didn't. It was a tough watch. This team is genuinely terrible. I feel bad for diehard Earthquake fans, but I also feel motivated to turn this mess around. We're heading to the West Coast, where today I will make San Jose MLS champions for the first time since 2003. So we load up this default save here with the San Jose Earthquakes. This is the team that we have inherited. It's a bit all over the place, to be honest. It's one of the rare MLS franchises without a big name player like a Messi, a Shaqiri, or even the newly transferred Marco Reus. But it is a team that I am destined to make great. And the work begins right now, ladies and gentlemen. I want to build up the foundations of this squad. A new goalkeeper on a free transfer. It is the Mexican shot stopper, Luis Malagon, 76 overall. I don't want us bottom of the table this year. I want us pushing for a playoff spot in the West. This is the first signing and the first signal of intent. I do intend on making some pretty big moves to the side, though. A lot of the higher rated older players are getting cleared out. You guys can probably see this, but the goalkeeper Daniel is heading to Inter Miami. He's taken Drake Calendar's spot. And I mean, as an FC Cincinnati fan, watching him keep when we beat them 6-1 the other week, probably a good idea for Miami to sell Calendar. Not good. There are a lot of foreign-born players on this side, though, and normally I don't care about that, but with the MLS, there are rules with international players. I want to get a lot of these guys out so I can sign a lot more international players to replace them, and also get a real American core to this squad. So the latest player out is going to be Buda, heading to Belgium, and the man from Equatorial Guinea, Carlos Acapo, heading to Bologna. But we've started to bring some Americans home. We are going to sign Luca De La Torre, the former Fulham and Celta Vigo man, is going to join us here, and that is a nice addition to our midfield. Clearing out this squad player by player, it is going to be the defensive midfielder from Ecuador, Carlos Guretzo. I did not expect Everton to come in for him, but I'm happy to accept that offer. The French defender, Paul Marie, staying on the West Coast, heading north though to Portland. And it is another American joining us, returning from a European adventure. It is Brian Reynolds. Some may argue that it is too early for us to be bringing a player like Reynolds back to the MLS, but I do not care. I want to win titles, not protect people's feelings. But of course, a little bit of karma, his value goes down, but it's all good. And the very next day, we are going to make a massive addition to our back line. It is $4.2 million to sign Valentin Gomez. We signed him from Sarsfield in Argentina. And I mean, I'm guilty for loving an Argentine in the MLS. You see Lucho Acosta right there. And then 2 more of my favorite Argentines that have come. You got Luca Orishano, who's playing for FC Cincinnati right now, and our former player Alvaro Barreal. I love Argentines in the MLS. A loan move here for our young Polish goalkeeper. Biganski heading to Hibs in Scotland for the next year. And we make a huge midfield signing here. Fran Perez. He's a right midfielder. I plan on converting him to a left midfielder, but he's following the route of Ricky Puig and other Spaniards coming to develop in the MLS. His value goes up, which is nice after what happened with Brian Reynolds, but we pay $8 million to sign him from Valencia. But with the American calendar being flipped around from that of the European, we only got to start in the January 2024 transfer window, so not as much time to work, but I'm hoping we've done enough business here that once we get to the summer window to get us into playoff contention. But let's be real, anything that isn't finishing bottom of the table is probably good for San Jose this year. We're here on the 1st of July, basically up to date. Right now I'm recording this on the 18th of July, so basically 3 weeks behind real life. We sit second in the West, 42 points. We've had 2 losses all year. San Jose, if you're looking for your new manager, look no further. I'll happily pick up and move to the West Coast if you want me to take charge. That's crazy, bro. All right, let's do some more work and try pushing for the supporters shield. I mean, Portland are top in the West, and Atlanta are 35 points in the East. The West is head and shoulders above right now. All right. It's also ironic that Houston Dynamo, the club that beat San Jose last night, are sitting bottom of the West. I thought I had to show this to you guys. This is the game that I watched last night. It was the 17th of July, but in this, they've got it one day off. But Houston versus San Jose at PayPal Park. In real life, it was an 86th minute winner for Houston Dynamo. Let's see if we can do better here in the simulation. Yes, we do. Instead of it being an 86th minute loss, it is an 84th minute winner from Fran Perez. I am electing to make a massive signing to our defense here. Ryan Sessegnon, the former Fulham and Tottenham defender, is without a club in real life at the time of recording and is struggling to get any big interest after a few bad years, a few years of stunted growth and injuries. So I think it'd be a great move for us to bring him across here to the MLS in the hopes of him reviving his career and becoming a San Jose Earthquakes club legend. So we have fallen down to third in the Western Conference at the end of the regular season. We will be playing in the playoffs, which is better than I expected. I wanted us to get like 7th. I thought we'd be on the cusp, not 6 points off first place. LAFC and Portland, though, are going to get the first round buys. Inter Miami end up finishing top of the East. AFC Cincinnati make the playoffs. But in the first round, we are going to be facing Colorado. It is all sudden death from this point, but can we complete the rebuild in one season? We're going to need a perfect run here, fellas. We are at home against PayPal Park against the Colorado Rapids, who are one of the decent teams in the West this year. And it goes to extra time, but we move on. Hernan and Espinoza scored the goals, and we eliminate Colorado 3-1. Western Conference semifinals, we have got Real Salt Lake, and they had a massive scalping. They took out second place Portland, so we need to be on guard for this one. RSL are another club that have been really, really strong in real life. They are one of the favorites to win MLS in real life, so here goes nothing, fellas, at PayPal Park again, and we are out. Luna, he was the man that I'm worried about. We took the lead through our captain, but then Luna, the man with the craziest tattoos in the game, eliminate us in the Western Conference semi-finals here in season number 1. And it ends up being LAFC who win the MLS Cup for the second. No, wait, they lost to Columbus last year, didn't they? I'm trying to erase that from my memory, but LAFC win the MLS Finals, win the MLS Cup. If they had won last year, it would be 3 in a row. They take down the Philadelphia Union. But if you had told me we would make it to the conference semifinals in our first year here at San Jose, I would have been over the moon about that. We made it to the final of the US Open Cup, the Lamar Hunt. We go and lose to Philadelphia 2-1. We could have had our first piece of silver. We could have had a double this year. Christian Espinoza absolutely went off this year, though. 17 goals, 9 assists to win the Golden Boot and the Top Assist Award. Really good year, though, from Fran Perez. Great start to life in America. 18 goal contributions and up to 78 overall. I'm thinking next year, though, like, I'm not mad about this stat line, but I reckon if we can go and get ourselves a marquee striker, that might be one of the big moves into getting ourselves to the next level. Losing a couple players in this offseason, though. Jacob Jackson is heading onto the free agents list. Meanwhile, William Yarbrough is going to be retiring. A phenomenal first season, though, with the Quakes. Let's build on it and try going for glory in season number 2. The season begins with a player departure, though, cleaning out another international spot. It is the Brazilian centre-back Antonio Rodriguez heading to Espanyol. This might be... All right, we've had Inter Miami coming with an offer. I want to get rid of Vitor Costa, but I want to try something funny out here. They've come in with an exchange. I want to see if we can... I just want to see what they do if they're going to walk out. Oh, is Messi retired? All right, there he is, centre forward. Perfect. Oh, I'm definitely going to get walked out. It's 48 million market value versus 2.6, but let's do it. I'll be kind and say $0, but I'm kind of interested to see what they say with this. This would be hilarious. And they've walked out. All right. I was hoping there was a minor chance that FIFA would glitch out and give us Messi. Luckily, though, Al Ittihad came in the very next day, so hopefully we can send him there. Pellegrino out of the club, heading to Turkey for a mil, and our starting striker Ebesele has officially left the club. I'm doing my business in this order for a reason. Well, Nico Sakaris is heading off on loan to Philadelphia, but there it is. We get Ebabise's name is heads to Besiktas for £5.45 million. I want to sell all the players that I was planning on selling before I even go in for any players, because I want to know exactly how much money we have to work with. I want to get a marquee striker a quality center midfielder, and then get some decent players some experienced players in positions as backups. Loan move here for the young Mexican attacking midfielder Cruz Medina, just heading down the road to Portland. And yes, I'm aware that Portland and San Jose are a significant drive away, but in American geography, it's just down the road. It's funny how down the road in like the Premier League is Chelsea to Fulham, and that's like literally walking distance. But then for my team, FC Cincinnati, our closest rival is Columbus, which is an hour-and-a-half drive, and even that is really close compared to most other rivalries. But there we go. Us stuffing about with Inter Miami hasn't cost us. We've got £3.3 million for Vitor Costa. Let's go see how much money we've got in the bank account and how much we have to spend on a marquee striker. But before we do that, also Ochoa, our Mexican goalkeeper, heading to Minnesota on loan for the next 2 years. All right, we have got $44 million in our transfer budget. That is for MLS standards, that is really, really awesome. Let's go sign ourselves a marquee striker. All right, so I've scouted 5 players here and I've put them on my transfer list. Anthony Martial, Breel Mbolo, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Nicholas Fulkrug, and Alexander Sorloth. There are pros and cons to all of these guys, different price tags associated. Fulkrug's running out of contract at the end of the year, so we might be able to get him on the cheap. But then Calvert-Lewin and Mbolo, these types of guys have more time on their side. They're only 27 years of age, but that 3 overall might be the difference between us winning an MLS title and not. But it could also bite us in the if we don't win this year. Fulkrug could go down to like 79, 80 by the end of the year. Meanwhile, we could probably get Mbolo up to a 79, 80. It just depends on how much confidence I have about winning the league this year. You know what, lads? I'm going in for Breel Mbolo because that means we can go and splash the cash on a new center midfielder and potentially somebody else. And 13.3, which is what our chief executive said we could get him for, is an absolute bargain. Let's see if Monaco accept it. They say 14.1, which is a great starting point. I'm bumping it down. I'm going to say 13.3 here. Come on, Mbolo. Yes, Monaco accept that. Let's get straight in and see if we can sign Mbolo's contract now. Going for a marquee signing here. We'd still have 31 mil after this, which is incredible. Let's sign him up on a 4-year contract. Amazing. No release clause. Nah, I'm denying that. All right, contract. Yes, I love it when they offer it for us. I'm going to take the goal bonus away. I'll keep the signing bonus. Let's see if that's enough. All right, I'm happy to accept that. We're going to find our new marquee signing here, fellas, and still have £29 million to spend, or $29 million. Breel Mbolo, the former career mode wonder kid, is now a San Jose Earthquake. What a moment. And the best part, we've still got so much money to go in for other superstars. We are looking so good for this upcoming season. We are going to bring Gianluca Busio to the club. His value drops down immediately, but I don't care. He was playing in Italy. He already left Europe, so I don't feel as bad now. He went to Sarsfield, the same Argentinian side that we signed Gomez from last year, and he's decided to come back to America. He's gone from Europe to South America to North America. We pick up the American center midfielder here for $15 million. Still only 22 years of age as well, so I'm hoping him and De La Torre can form a really strong partnership over the next few years. Trying to build out the bench depth a little bit here as well. Henry Kessler is jumping from the East Coast to the West as he joins us from the New England Revolution. And Christian Roldan will be giving us some veteran experience just about everywhere in the midfield as he signs from the Seattle Sounders. Last season exceeded all expectations I had for this club, but now I expect success. Now I want us to win the Western Conference. I think we can push for an MLS League title this year, push for the MLS Cup this year. Big pressure on the lads to replicate the massive magic from last year, but let's see how we go with the San Jose Earthquakes here in season number 2. We might go undefeated this year. I mean, the draws are a little concerning. We are equal with Philadelphia on points for the Supporters Shield. LAFC just behind us, but we have a big fat donut in the loss column. What a start to the year, lads. We are definitely pushing for our first, well, MLS Cup this year. Our first MLS Cup as manager of San Jose. That is the dream, and I think we are a serious chance of achieving it this year. I'm happy with the starting 11 at the moment, but I reckon we could use a little bit of help at the backup striker role. So we're going to approach Orlando City and sign Duncan Maguire for £2.9 million. He's going to be an awesome player to have coming off the bench for Embolo. It was not an undefeated season, but the San Jose Earthquakes have pulled off one of the great MLS campaigns, 76 points. The Eastern Conference stronger this year, Orlando and Philadelphia, but we win the Supporters Shield. I need to do some research because I feel like we might have broken the regular season points record. I know FC Cincinnati are on track potentially to do it this year. Let me see what it is. We have the points record was set by the New England Revolution, who got 73 points. There is a star next to it. So if that's not legit, then LAFC did it in 2019 with 72. Red Bull New York, 71 in 2018. So we have set the regular season points record by 5 points. Orlando City and Philadelphia getting themselves into the history books as well, though. But now we wait to see the results of round 1 of the playoffs to see who we're facing in the quarters. Here we go, conference semifinals. We are going to be taking on the Galaxy, LA Galaxy, in the Eastern Conference semifinals. This is not an easy opponent. Oh god, Ricky Puig, Marco Reus. They've probably gone and signed some other world beaters at this point. All right, here we go. This is where we fell out last year. Can we get ourselves to the Western Conference Finals, rather? Here we go at PayPal Park. It's a snowy November night here. Didn't realize it snowed that much on the West Coast, but taking on the LA Galaxy, can we take down Eli Lesser's team? The scoreline is a 2-1 win. Embolo, our marquee signing, is gonna fire us into the Western Conference Finals. Marco Reus left on the bench there for the LA Galaxy. Ricky Puig coming off, and they don't have that crazy of a side, but we have beaten them regardless. Who are we facing? LAFC or Portland? We will be taking on LAFC, the side going for back-to-back MLS Cups, and at this point looking for 3 in their last 4 seasons. 4 consecutive MLS Cup final appearances on the line here for LAFC, and the winner will be facing either Messi's Inter Miami or New York City FC. You are kidding me! Half of our defense, oh my god, 4 of our starting 11 players are off on international duty. What? It's November. It's probably a bloody friendly. What? Can I override this? There's no way for me to override this. It doesn't even show it on this section. Oh my god. Well, now I'm praying that LAFC has some of their top players. I'm going to have to, yep. All right, I need to go change this starting 11. Mate, that is absolutely ridiculous. I'm hoping LAFC have some of their players out, but that just proves if we don't complete the rebuild this year, I'm going to have to put more focus on building out the bench in case we get screwed by it. We get screwed by it. F you, FC. That is bull. We lose 4 of our star players to international duties, and after losing 2 games all season, we go out in the Western Conference Finals. Blanca, one of the greatest players in the MLS modern era, scores a goal, and we lose to LAFC. That is I'm genuinely filthy about that. And LAFC end up beating Inter Miami to win the MLS Finals. I'm not saying it would have been us, but at least I wanted to have our full-strength side out there to say that we lost fairly. That title has an asterisk next to it for LAFC. LA Galaxy do win the US Open Cup this year. What a year for Christian Espinoza. Absolutely carrying us. 24 goals, 7 assists. Perez up to an 81 now. Embolo, not quite the productivity I'd hoped for, but still an alright season. Let's hope that he can step up next year and really get his foot set in the MLS. We will be saying goodbye to 3 players though. Alfredo Morales, the former New York City FC midfielder, is retiring. Daniel Mooney, I'm just letting walk on a free. And unfortunately, I tried to re-sign Biganski, but a club came in, activated his release clause, so he's going to be leaving next year. I'm still so mad about what happened, but we have to put it past us. We have to know that this might be a possibility. Let's build for season 3. We are coming in with a vengeance this year, lads. We are coming in hungry. I don't want to sell anybody. I want to keep the high quality players that I would try to normally sell to try signing somebody else. I want to keep them. I want depth in this squad, but I also want to bring in some quality additions to the side. My mentality right now is this is a 1-year sprint. I'm getting in players that can win us an MLS Cup this year. If we don't, then all right, I'll readjust next year and might have to cop an L, and it might set us back a year or 2. But I think we can go all out this year. First signing is probably our biggest marquee signing, the most money I intend on spending this year, but we're going to bring Alistair Johnson, the Canadian, back to North America. America. He's formerly of Celtic, went to Antwerp in this save, and now we've brought him to the San Jose Earthquakes. 78 overall, which is massive for the MLS. And on the very next day, we are going to get James Tarkowski into the side. We don't spend a crazy amount on getting him. He's a +4 upgrade on what we already have. Now, we do run the risk. Tarkowski's probably the biggest risk that I'm going to make this year in terms. He's 33 years of age, 79 overall. We did get him for $7 million though, which is about $2 million less than his market value. He brings experience and an upgrade to the side. I'm hoping he can be an absolute world beater for us in the defense. The position where I would say we copped it the worst though last year in the Western Conference Finals was the left back role. Ryan Sessegnon was out and we had a 64 rated left back coming in, so I'm going to sign Sam Vines from the Colorado Rapids. 11 months left on his contract, so we pay under market value for him, and that provides us a lot better security in case Sessegnon gets called. You know what I've just realized? If Sessegnon was getting called up to the English national team, that means we've basically salvaged his career, because there is no way he was in the picture for the English national team right now. Like Euro 2024, he was not getting on that plane. But if he's getting called up, that means he's competing with the likes of Luke Shaw, Kieran Trippier, all these types of guys. So that means we kind of achieved that goal. Regardless though, I hope he falls out of favor again if we make it to the Western Conference Finals. But if Southgate or whoever's going to be the new manager like Sessegnon again, we've got Sam Vines as a backup. And the final signing of the window is for a backup goalkeeper. I love going for goalkeepers, backup goalkeepers, because you can get quality for such cheap price tags. $850,000 to sign Martin Dubravka from Newcastle United. He is going to be the perfect second choice option. And let's be real, Dubravka is the definition of an MLS signing. We have put together a damn good side here. A really balanced team playing at the San Jose Earthquakes. It's from Tarkowski already goes down 1 overall, which is a little worrying. But in terms of an MLS roster, we are so balanced. There are no weak spots on the park. We've got quality backups here, great reserves. I'm feeling really good about this year. Last year, we only lost 2 games. This year, I'm hoping we could potentially go undefeated, but most of all, I'm hoping we can win the MLS Cup. I think we could have won it last year. I'm not going to keep harping on about the Western Conference Finals, but it was. Also, lads, if you do enjoy this video, I really enjoy making these MLS videos, especially now living in the States, living in Cincinnati. I have grown to fall in love with the MLS. I'm watching the MLS on Apple TV every week. I'm going to FC Cincinnati games. I'm on the season ticket wait list. So I really want to make more content around the MLS. So if you guys want to see that, leave a like, subscribe, show some love to this video. Top of the Western Conference, where we belong, but there is a lot more competition this year. The Western Conference saw us dominating. They've picked their act up as well. We are on 41 points. Portland and LAFC continuing to be the strongest teams in the West. They're up there with us. We're going to need to make sure we finish top of the West though, because I want that first round bye. It's just so important. It's just one less hurdle that we don't have to jump over. One less time we don't have to worry about international duty. Top of the East at this point. This is a really competitive season. Inter Miami, New York Red Bulls on 42 and 41 points as well. Only 3 losses all year, but the draws have absolutely killed us. So we finished second in the Western Conference. Portland getting the automatic bye in round 1. We're going to have to go up what I assume is going to be the Whitecaps. Yeah, the Vancouver Whitecaps are going to be traveling down straight south to San Jose. We need to get past the first round. Top of the East though, Inter Miami edging out New York Red Bulls on goal difference. So that means Portland did win the Supporters Shield, but regardless, let's take on Vancouver and get ourselves past what we did last year. All right, here we go. We haven't been stitched up by international duty yet, which is awesome. Perez could honestly be in line for a Spanish team call-up, so I'm nervous about it, lads, but here we go. First round at PayPal Park against the Canadians, the Vancouver Whitecaps, 2nd versus 7th. I don't want any upsets here. We do not get an upset. Espinoza, Tarkowski, and Hernan all score as we eliminate the Vancouver Whitecaps. A replay of last year's conference semifinals. We are taking on the LA Galaxy. We got rid of business. We got the job done against the Galaxy last year. Can we heap more misery on them. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, at PayPal Park for the conference semi-finals. I think we've played every single playoff game in this video at PayPal Park, and I'm hoping we get another opportunity. 85 Perez now. How do we go against the LA Galaxy? We come away with a 1-goal lead, a 1-0 win. Fran Perez, 85 rated, would have to be one of the highest, if not the highest players in the highest player in the MLS right now. I'm losing my ability to speak, but we are heading for the second straight year to the Western Conference Finals. And I need you guys to cross your fingers, your toes, and pray to the FIFA gods with me that we do not get stitched up again with international duty call-ups. Oh no, we've got 3. Okay, Kesler is one of them. He's our bench center back. That's okay. Busio and Valentin Gomez are both going to be out for this game, though, the 19th to the 25th. So they should be back if we win this Western Conference Final, but we're going to have to do it without them. We will be taking on the top dogs of the West, though. Portland won the Western Conference. Last year, first place in the Western Conference, lost. I'm hoping this year it is the same. Inter Miami versus Columbus in the other conference finals. Here we go, though, ladies and gentlemen. Wilson and UL come back into the starting 11 because of our international playoff, our international players. Oh, I'm nervous. I can barely get a sentence out. Off to Providence Park, taking on the Portland Timbers and winning it on a penalty shootout. Come on, lads. Oh my God. Juric scores for them in the 82nd minute, and Bolo gets a brace, and we, the San Jose Earthquakes, are heading to the MLS Cup final to face either Inter Miami or the Columbus Crew. And here it is, lads. We're going to be taking on Leo Messi, Luis Suarez, and Inter Miami. I'm hoping they have retired by this point, but we have got Inter Miami in the 2026 MLS Cup final. Taking a look at the other competitions, Portland did take down DC United to win the US Open Cup, but we enter this game so excited but so nervous. We're going to have to rely so heavily on Fran Perez if we want to take down Inter Miami. Need a big game from Mbolo, who has a better second season. The final game of the MLS season. Can we complete this rebuild and take America's worst team to the best? An absolutely massive moment, fellas. Taking on Inter Miami. We're playing out in LA. Can we get it done? Suarez still there. And I think I see Messi out on the left. Oh dear. Oh no, that's Taylor. Perfect. Yep, no Messi. They got Rojas here, but that's about it. Gressel. I mean, they got a good team. Redondo, but no Messi. Busquets on the bench. Messi on the bench. Jordi Alba on the bench. Farias on the bench. And our former keeper Daniel as well. Do they want to win this game? Oh, what a ball from Mbolo. Caught them lacking. Espinoza straight at Drake Callender. Playing that one there to Gressel, the former Columbus Crew man. Playing it. We're so stagnant there in the defense. Taylor trying to get his way through. Shoots that. What a save. Free kick here. Perez is lining it up. I haven't scored a free kick all year, I don't think, but let's see if we can get something to happen here. Perez, he has 80 power. Stroke of half time. We have to go for it. Oh, what a save from Callender. And we don't even get the corner. They call half time. Mbolo step overs. It's Espinoza. It's Lopez Munoz, one of the only default players from this San Jose squad that remains. One of our stars, the attacking midfielder, Hernan Espes. Oh my God, we've got the lead. We have got the lead, and you can't say we don't deserve it. First half, Miami were all over us. Second half, we have been absolutely dominating, and Messi still sits on the bench. Get that away. No Gressel. Good tackle, Alistair. They're bringing on Facundo Farias, who is now higher rated than Messi in this save, I believe. So this is a huge challenge. We need to watch out for him. Gressel chips it. Get it away. Hold on to it. Hold on to it. And he blows the whistle. Come on, fellas. Oh my God. What an intense final. But San Jose have won the MLS. Oh my God, this has been such a fun video and such a nice change of pace. And it is going to be the great man himself, Espinoza, one of the stars of the video, to wear the captain's armband as we have officially made the San Jose Earthquakes. We've taken them from the worst team in the MLS to now MLS champions. Lads, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you click here to subscribe and click here to watch another video.